if a company, US headquartered, European headquartered biopharma company is launching a product into China, I'm curious about your perspective of the key factors to success. If you were to summarize 2 or 3 things that you think that a company would need to know to be successful launching in China, what would those be? And Eric, we'll start with you and then to Vivian, please.
All right, I try, and please compliment Vivian. But for me, current China business is very different than the one that, let us say, even 10 years, of course, 20 years ago. It has changed tremendously due to all the framework change and policies, and so we have discussed. So just to cite a few of them, the Chinese patient is very well informed now. It's a totally different situation. So you have to understand what the patient wants, knows, and so on. It doesn't rely on the doctors. It doesn't rely on the hospital, because it's a public system. So a lot of things are coming from abroad, from what is on the internet and so on. So you have to take this into account. Channels in terms of sales and of course information have also changed a lot. So today you cannot promote your product without taking into account this very strong digital economy and digital system that China has developed. I think it's a definitive and different with outside market. Of course, it didn't exist a few years ago. So I think these two are very important things to take into account for current development in China. Lydia, what do you think?
I think actually Eric covers quite extensive on those things. I think the good value drug really be able to target China market with the larger unmet needs. Yeah. I think my personal suggestion, don't bring a Me Too product, or maybe the clinical benefit is not that differentiate from what we have already. I think that's very important. And there's other unmet needs like mental health, like even for some of chronic disease, and there's still room for for better treatment. And so even for oncology. So I think that's very important. Number one, that's what payer will look at. I think the reason I say that, because we see some of the product coming to China market, they get approval by China national with NMPA, but commercialization become very challenged. Eric knows that very well. So I think you need to think ahead of time, forward looking, not only regulatory approval, but also market assets. What kind of unmet needs, what kind of willingness to pay from national payer there, especially in China, there's a national payerism. It's the only at this stage is the largest purchaser, for new drugs in China. So that's number one. Second, I think at affordable price. Even if we look at China, it's a 1.4 billion population, but when we compare China GDP per capita with the US and European country, China GDP per capita is about 15% of what US is, and 30% of a European country. So I think affordability is something, bringing the product at the price China market can absorb, can afford. I think that's also very important too. We see a number of cases, I hope I'm not going to go to detailed cases. There are some of the product they just withdraw from China market because of high cost, related to some rare disease product. Very expensive, can mean 1 million, 2 million. And this is especially China, still lack of a vibrant private health insurance market to really be able to accommodate those high expensive product. Eric pointed out this is still under development today. And so that's affordable price. Number three, I think, is given the rise of China local biotech company, I really suggest when the multinational company coming in China, we see more future collaboration. That's very important. I think collaboration use each other comparative advantage on commercialization part, but also on R&D part. I think be able to look at China as a valuable partner, local biotech company as a value partner. Actually, we see a lot of partnership been going on already. Eric point out there's a BD, business development, license in, license out. This is a lot of global collaboration between multinational company, local biotech company. I think we see that medicine product should be a global product, serve global patient, for worldwide. And so I think with the global perspective, we hope this collaboration will make a contribution to worldwide patient in needs of a better treatment. And this is something I think is very important.
So we're hearing a number of key factors that will help US-based pharma companies be successful in China. We're hearing that there's a very well-informed customer, the patient, well-read, well-informed. That is fueled by digital information. The information needs to be available to them in a digital format. We have the value-based equation to keep in mind, and that includes pricing. We want to assure that these products that we're bringing to China are differentiated, that they're offering some value beyond being another Me Too product. And certainly the collaboration that Vivian mentioned, the opportunity to collaborate with the China market, the biopharma companies there, provides an opportunity for US and EU-based companies to consider when launching successfully into China.